breaking news today.
Please subscribe and then check notification box to get all breaking news alert.
Nikki immediately shows them who's boss. Ignoring the fact that the United States has veto power, the United Nations prepared a resolution to nullify President Donald Trump's recent decision to formally recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital. This prompted United Nations Ambassador Nikki Haley to show the entire Security Council who's boss with a move they won't soon forget. In what proved to be little more than spitting in the wind, the 15-member UN Security Council voted on a resolution Monday to nullify President Trump's decision to recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital. However, Nikki Haley effectively told the UN where to shove the measure, which she called an insult, saying a sovereign country will not be told where it can locate its embassy. The Egyptian drafted resolution, which did not specifically mention Trump, expressed deep regret at recent decisions concerning the status of Jerusalem and stated that any decisions and actions which purport to have altered the character, status, or demographic composition of the holy city of Jerusalem have no legal effect, are null and void, and must be rescinded in compliance with relevant resolutions of the Security Council. The resolution also called on all countries not to establish diplomatic missions in Jerusalem. Casting America's first veto in the UN in 6 years, U.S. Ambassador Nikki Haley voted against a draft resolution on Monday, which garnered the support of all 14 other members of the Security Council, calling on U.S. President Donald Trump to withdraw recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's capital. Source: The Jerusalem Post. "We do it with no joy, but we do it with no reluctance," said Haley in vetoing the resolution. The fact that this veto is being done in defense of American sovereignty and in defense of America's role in the Middle East peace process is not a source of embarrassment for us, she added. It should be an embarrassment for the rest of the Security Council. Speaking directly to those who would accuse the United States of being unconcerned with the plight of the Palestinians, Haley noted that the U.S. funded nearly 30% of UNRWA's budget last year. Uninterested in the soft subtlety once expected of female diplomats, Haley minced no words. "I'll be blunt," she promised. "When the American people see a group of countries whose total contributions to the Palestinian people is less than 1% of UNRWA's budget, when they see these countries accuse the United States of being insufficiently committed to peace, the American people lose their patience," she declared. "What we witnessed here in the Security Council is an insult," said Haley. "It won't be forgotten. It is one more example of the United Nations doing more harm than good in addressing the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Today, for the simple act of deciding where to put its embassy, the United States was forced to defend its sovereignty. The record will reflect that we did so proudly." Haley then concluded, "Today, for acknowledging the basic truth that Jerusalem is the capital of Israel, we are accused of harming peace. The record will reflect that we reject that outrageous claim." She took the time to reiterate some of the finer details of Trump's Jerusalem announcement. His speech, which had served as a departure from the isolationist America First rhetoric that had dominated the campaign, portrayed a president who is willing to go out on a limb for our allies, and who understands that an internationally engaged America is a stronger America. If Haley's fingerprints were not all over the text of the speech itself, her ideas and beliefs have certainly influenced the administration's international policy. Indeed, Trump's Jerusalem speech was filled with an uncharacteristic level of nuance and sophistication. Abandoning his usual flair for the dramatic, he explained that his administration's acknowledgement of Jerusalem as Israel's capital was nothing more or less than a recognition of reality. He went on to reiterate his commitment to fostering a long-term solution, noting that this decision is not intended in any way to reflect a departure from our strong commitment to facilitate a lasting peace agreement. Source: Commentary Magazine. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu took to social media to thank Haley for vetoing the resolution, tweeting, "Thank you, Ambassador Haley. On Hanukkah, you spoke like a Maccabi. You lit a candle of truth. You dispelled the darkness. One defeated the many. Truth defeated lies. Thank you, President Trump. Thank you, Nikki Haley." Do not be surprised if Nikki Haley becomes Secretary of State at some point in the not-so-distant future. She has been a resounding success as UN ambassador, carrying the Trump administration's America First agenda to the world stage. She is a force to be reckoned with and the perfect person to represent the U.S. at the UN, a body which has been traditionally hostile to conservative ideas and nationalist values. Share the story and leave a comment by clicking one of the buttons below. Follow us on Facebook at Mad World News.